Alright, we are back with Rasputin's Reliquary build, number 3.5, all thanks to this fucking thing. So, long story short, here's where we are. This is basically the mica powder test that we're doing right now. I had already in the last video kind of looked at some color palettes with basically green dye. This is just regular food coloring. We tried the fabric dye, which I happen to have, but that just kind of looks like shit, so we're not going to use it. And this right here is just pure mica powder, which, as we've established, seems to have a coloration in it, because that dyed pretty much the entire 3 cups worth of liquid, the turquoise or whatever color you want to consider that. This is the color I'm going to be using. This is just one of the experiment packets that I decided to play with. And just for reference, right, I had divided it out. Basically, this is a quarter of a packet, so I can get a lot of mileage out of just one packet, so I have a lot more to work with than I thought. So, mostly because I already have the liquid mixed up, we're going to try both of these things with a little bit of mica powder. The mica powder is the exact same color as you see in the giant cylinder behind us. I have not touched it at all, so basically any color change is going to be from the liquid itself, so we're just going to experiment and see what we get. Alright, because it is easier for me to comprehend, the mica powder that I have in here is about 10% of the bag. Again, that full cylinder took 25%, and that was... Obviously, you can see it's very opaque, which is fine, but I still want to hope for a little bit of clarity like this. So we're just going to use this as our mixing point and see what kind of color changes we get. So I'm trying to get at least, basically, 5% in there per thing. So that's about half, I think, maybe a little bit more. All right. I'm going to go ahead and risk the swirly of doom. See what I mean? It's so dangerous. The coloration's a little bit darker, obviously. I'm getting better. Overall, you don't see much with the mica powder added. Like, even without the camera, I don't see any grand difference. They seem to be about the same. Let's get... No, don't roll into that. That's a mistake. So just bringing that cylinder forward, you can see the raw coloration of it as opposed to the other two, which is the colored liquid. I don't think we need to color the liquid, so we're just going to go ahead and do another raw pour of the green that I have and just see how that looks. As I am getting ready for my next pour here, I have divided the powder so I can roughly estimate how much I'm using. So 50% of it is still in the packet. This over here, the remaining 3 cups, is 50%. That's 25%. This is 25% for both of them. 25% divided by 2 is about 12.5, I think. So 12.5 percentage of powder going in this thing. All right, we are locked in. We're recording. Let's go ahead and pour this 12.5% mica powder in there. It really likes to sit on the surface here. Here, I'll show you guys quick before anything. It really is kind of chunky, so I'm kind of afraid to use the auto mixer, but we're going to go ahead and use the auto mixer because, you know what, it mixes. That's the entire point of it. I just got to be real careful to not overdo it. So that's not too bad. Honestly, that's about exactly what I was looking for, to be honest with you. It's a little bit lighter toned on the screen, but... Dude, that's a green shimmery liquid, and it's kind of light colored, so my question is, will I need to now light it from the back? Alright, so I decided to give it a stir and just put the frame around it. It's sitting a little bit low because, again, this isn't the final product. This is just a kind of proof of concept, I guess, of how it would look without anything, and honestly, it looks pretty good. The only issue that I think is going to be the problem is the shadows and stuff like that. While it looks real brilliant on camera, it's kind of dark in real life, so I might need to illuminate it in some way, shape, or form. So I think that's going to be a project for whenever I get this overall snake design completed. And that is the end of this episode, folks. This was number 3.5. I will try to get number 3 kind of cleaned up and audio resynced, so that way it is indeed watchable and doesn't irritate the ever-loving shit out of me. Outside of that, see you again next week. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. I got more stuff to 3D print, some things to consider, but I'll go through that process when the time comes.